First of all, I want to congratulate Texas Arlington on a great season. Really good team. Have won a bunch of games and one of the better teams in our league. It's a hard team to play against. 4 guards, they stretch the floor, can play off the dribble, make threes. Fortunate to have to beat them 3 times. It's tough, and so I want to congratulate them on a really great year. For us in this game, I thought for 30 minutes of the game, we played really well. Didn't play well the first 5 minutes. I thought we were nervous. We looked nervous out there. That's what it was to me. And that's what happens sometimes when you don't have an extra game under your belt like they did. Very nervous, but once we hit a shot, I think Samuel hit a shot. We settled in to our defense a little bit, and actually played really well, maybe for 30 minutes. And then, of course, I didn't like the way we played in the last 5 minutes. But all in all, that's a good win against a very good team.
Questions for the student athletes? Right here in front.
Hey, Monroe. For you to come through today with a career-high 21 points, it kind of seemed like, early on you guys were, settling for some threes a little bit, but once we kind of established you in the paint a little bit, I think there was about 3 trips up the floor where you scored each time. It really opened things up. Just, what was going on the floor for you, and how were you able to be so successful?
Well, Coach had been getting on me all week about being a big part of this game, and my teammates kept talking to me, and they said bring the energy. They told me to bring the energy for them so we could win the game.
Hey, DeAndre, talk about that run a little bit. You guys were down 12 zip, but then flipped it and went on a 27-6 run. They had a hard time getting buckets so far with you guys. Everything y'all put up seemed to kind of work there for a minute.
I think we were just a little anxious, a little jittery, energetic. And once we really settled in, like Coach said, we got the ball rolling.
No, I just think, as you mentioned, we hit a couple of shots, and then we got DeMondre scored inside some. And DeMondre, for us, was a big part of this game, our scouting and the whole bit, because of the way we felt like his man was going to play defense. And I had to remind him again at halftime to, you can score here now if you'd like. We need you to, because and he did a great job. And all his points, to me, were big points because of the way that they were playing us defensively in their man-to-man. His man was very help-oriented, and we needed DeMondre. We didn't want to play 4-on-5. And we kind of knew that going into the game this could happen, and so that's why we've been selling him, in the last 24 hours on, we need you to score some, and he certainly came through.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Right here in front.
Hey, Justin. Just knowing everything that's ahead for you guys now at this point, tomorrow is a big day for you. You're going to be playing Little Rock again, a team you split with the regular season. What's kind of the mindset of you guys going into round 3 and knowing that in 40 minutes one of you guys is going to be going to the NCAA tournament?
We just want to keep our momentum and our confidence up and bring it for the 40 minutes and try to punch our ticket.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
This is for Justin, too. Tomorrow it's probably going to be, their backcourt and your backcourt are, 2 of the best probably in the league, I guess. You had 14 assists between you two, Nick and you. Can you just talk about how the backcourts will match up tomorrow and how big that'll be in the game?
I think it's going to be tough. Little Rock has a good backcourt, and we just going to bring it. Me and Nick, we talk every day, talking about we the best backcourt, and we just trying to prove it in the Sun Belt Conference.
Any more questions for Justin or DeMondre? Gentlemen, you are dismissed, and we will continue with more questions for Coach Richard. Right here.
You were the last team in the country to play your first conference tournament game. How tough, how hard is it to manage sitting around that long before you actually get out on the court?
Well, we don't play many guys, so we kind of enjoyed the week off, to be honest with you. We took a couple days, went light one day, and really got started Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was a little nervous about the start of the game from the beginning, not because we didn't have good practices. We had great practices. The kids they've been unbelievably spirited this week. But the first game jitters, that was the thing that I was most worried about, and it actually showed itself. We were nervous out there, and when you're nervous, you start sweating profusely. We had all that going on, but again, Jamal Samuel made a shot, kind of settled us down. I think we made another one. Then we got the ball inside a little bit and started really digging in defensively, and we settled into the game. So, the week off was good in my opinion.
Hey, Coach, talk a little bit about the second half. Through the course of the year, you've had some lapses where y'all let teams back in the ball game. You guys seem to stress out.
Well, I've stressed out over it a little bit because we've lost some games earlier in the year like that. We lost to Canisius. We were up 13 with 1:10 to go and lost. Now, you figure that out. Up 13 with 1:10 to go. And so that always sticks in my head in terms of this team. And fortunately for us lately, we've been playing so well that we've had larger than 13 double-digit leads, and it's closed on us. And, I just told the guys in the locker room, I'm very proud of them. I mean, we're in the championship game, and for 30 minutes we played really, really well out there. I certainly don't want to lose a game by losing a lead late. And so, that's some of the things we talked about. But, we're the meat and potatoes of the game, I think we're playing pretty well.
Keith, you obviously have a split series with these guys. Give us some highlights from your instant recall of what the commonalities were between those two games and what you expect tomorrow night.
Really, really close game at their place. Obviously, their backcourt, as somebody mentioned, is tremendous. But their other players have played well too. The Isom kid, the Woods, Jalen Jackson today. It's really been a team effort on their part all year long, and they've been the most consistent team, one of the most consistent teams in the country. Very defensive oriented, very help oriented. Small, but tend to rebound well. Obviously, they shoot the ball well. They led the league, I think, in three-point shooting and numerous three-point categories. And then they've got maybe the most talented guard in the league in Josh Higgins, who they can put in his hands when the shot clock is going down and there's nothing there, and he plays one-on-one, and he's pretty good at it. So very, very special team. For whatever reason, in the two games we've played them, we've matched up kind of well against them. And that's what's made both games very good games, very close games. I have to go back, and I hadn't thought a lot about them, to be honest with you, here lately. But, tonight we have to go back and kind of see what we've done well against them. Why do we match up pretty well against them, and some of the things that hurt us. So we'll see.
Now, Keith, what's your message in the locker room to the guys now that that you're here in the finals and you do have a chance to get to the NCAA tournament?
Well, I just want to do what we always do. We go back, we go to the film room, we present them with a scouting report, we just present them with a game plan. This is what we got to do to win. Let's don't do this. That's kind of how we've been all year with it. And so going into this game, they know it's the championship game. I don't have to have some great speech. They know. They're close. So is Little Rock. And so for me, let's be normal and let's do the things that we've done, all year, and in particular in the last 15 games while we've been on this streak.
Well, obviously it was a hard-fought game. Two very good defensive teams were going at it. Monroe did a great job knocking down shots. Unfortunately for us, we couldn't find our shooting touch. We started out extremely hot, but then we went cold. Obviously, that's a credit to Monroe. Their size and length, I think, definitely bothers us, and They did a great job defensively throughout the game. But our guys played hard. They had nothing to be ashamed about. I felt like they competed and they battled. We did a great job on the boards. Had a great competitive spirit about us. We just came up a little bit short.
Questions for Jalen Jones? Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you.
This Jalen, Coach obviously mentioned the hot start for you guys. What do you think really went wrong, I guess?
Yeah, like Coach said, we just went cold. I guess the length kind of distracted us a little bit, got us off track a little bit, and like with our flow of the offense. But I mean, we just had a great run. You know, it's a game of runs. Basketball, it's just a game of runs, and I just felt like once we went on ours, they went on theirs. You know, so we just had to find our flow again, get back in our groove.
I know it's unfortunate that your season's ending right now, but do you see this as progression as you guys have made it farther than you did last year and you continuously are getting better and you were missing Kevin Hervey still?
Yeah, I feel like we finished strong. I feel like we progressed more, like, you know, because I feel like people were doubting us and we got further than they thought we would. So I feel like most definitely it is.
Any more questions for Jalen? Jalen, thank you. You are dismissed, and we will continue with more questions for Coach Cross. Right here.
Yeah, Coach Adam Hunsucker with the Monroe News Star. You know, you mentioned you're having trouble shooting tonight. Do you think it was length that really bothered you guys? And when you also look at the stat sheet to see how you guys dominated the game in terms of offensive rebounding and second chance points, do you think that let you stay around as long as you did?
I think it did. I think the answer is yes and yes on both those questions. I think their length definitely bothers us. You know, Ding he must have an 8-foot wingspan, it seems like, and he can contest. He can be all the way under the basket and still contest a 3-point shot. That's pretty amazing. And then Samuel's just as long. You know, it's tough for our guys. They cover so much ground because of their size and length. They're a great basketball team. I have a lot of respect for what they do. Coach has them very well coached. They do a great job. They're very patient offensively, and then the way they shoot the basketball is pretty amazing. If they shoot it that way tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty awesome game for them. I felt like we contested a lot of their shots, and Ding and Samuel, they just hit them right in our face, and it's a credit to those guys that they're able to knock down those shots. And when you do that, obviously you're going to come out on top most of the time.
Coach, Harvey had a really strong game for them tonight. He didn't seem that as confident on the free throw line. Was it ever a talk in the huddle to maybe intentionally foul him?
We were trying to. We told our guys a couple of different occasions if he caught it, we wanted to foul him right away. Unfortunately, the one time we fouled him was with 5 seconds on the shot clock. It wasn't exactly the way we drew it up, but we did want to, especially when they're in the 1-and-1, see if we could get him to the free throw line and maybe take advantage of him missing a quick one. But he dominated us, honestly, too. That was one big surprise. He played with a ton of confidence. They got the ball to him, and he was able to score relentlessly down there on the low block. And, you know, he was probably their biggest weapon early in the game until they broke loose and started hitting all those threes. So, he had a monster game against us.
And was there trouble with the ball movement tonight, do you think? I mean, there was only 13 assists.
There was, and, you know, again, it's credit to them because they cover so much ground. You can think a shot's open, you take it, and it's maybe not as great of a shot as you were hoping for. They just get you out of rhythm with their size and length. But we didn't move the ball quite as well, but it's part of the game. You know, our guys, they're trying to play the right way. I didn't feel like anyone was being selfish or anything like that, but we didn't move it the way we need to beat a great team like Monroe.
Did you also think that sometimes the players were a little hesitant to shoot? I noticed a couple occasions, I think one with Jalen, where you were telling him to shoot the ball because he kind of hesitated.
Yeah, in the first half, Eric passed up a wide open shot, and you know that's the thing against a good defensive team. If you have an open shot, you have to take them because I can draw up the best play in the world, and the shot that Eric had in the first half, it's not gonna, we can't get a better shot than that. And he passed it up. There was probably one or two maybe that some of the other guys did. But it's tough. When you get out of rhythms, that's what happens. Sometimes you pass up shots you should take, and you take shots that you shouldn't take. And the guys are trying hard to do the right thing. They're trying to win. They want to win. They've played with a ton of heart all year long. I'm not disappointed in any one of them. I'm proud of them for what they've accomplished and how hard they play game in and game out.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.